Hey everybody, hope everybody's well. I hope everybody's had a great week. I've had a decent run on myself. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Queensryche album, Digital Noise Alliance. What do I think this sounds like compared to the last four Todd Latour albums and previous stuff even? Come back and you'll find out. To give an introduction to Queensryche, but I'll give you a little bit of one anyways. Todd Latour has been with Queensryche for over 10 years now as lead vocalist, and Digital Noise Alliance is his fourth album with the band. There have been several lineup changes for the Seattle veterans since the release of 2019's The Verdict. Guitarist Mike Stone returned to Queensryche later last year after an absence of more than a decade. This is the first Queensryche album, too, to feature drummer Casey Grillo. And rounding out the group are the two original members, guitarist Michael Wilton and bassist Eddie Jackson. Alright, let's go back to 2013 when Queensryche released their self-titled album. It was the first time that the remaining three original members had full creative control over all aspects of their music. So given the circumstances, it made sense to play it safe and release something as close to the classic sound as possible. However, the 2000 release of Condition Human was awkward, to say the least. It wasn't until The Verdict in 2019 that they seemed to finally settle into their own creativity. It was on the album that they decidedly stepped out of their comfort zone, releasing an album that was progressive, catchy, and more atmospheric than anything they have done in a long, long time. Alright, now let's get to the music. The album opens with a song called In Extremis, and right away it becomes clear that Queensryche will not be retiring for a long time. This band has bursting energy, and this song is very well chosen to start the album, and it is fun from the start to the finish. I have one little slight complaint about the song. It's more of a little bit of a nitpick, but it does sound a lot like Iron Maiden to me, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, they obviously are inspired by Maiden, and I guess that is a good thing. Following In Extremis, we have a song called Chapters, and Latour has never sounded more amazing to my ears. This is much more of a radio-friendly Queensryche. The song is very well chosen to harness the brooding melancholy that underpins so much of the classic songs from Operation Mindcrime and Empire. Lost in Sorrow is next in the track list. First, I wasn't really into this song and didn't think too much of it, but I'm finding it's growing on me quite a bit. It's a long, searing track that takes you, the listener, on a musical journey. And once again, Todd Latour's vocals on this song especially, and I'm serious, gave me goosebumps. He's got a real great voice, and this is the first time I think I've really appreciated it. After Lost in Sorrow, we have a ridiculously titled Sick Death, but it is a bloody impressive, passionate, and very reminiscent of many of the bands that came along later that were inspired by Queensryche, upping the ante and then surpassing their own predecessors. After Sick Death, we have the song called Behind the Walls, and this is one of two real big highlights to me. Todd Latour delivers another extra emotional set piece full of passion and power. On this track, Latour unleashes and shows what he can do with that massive voice of his. Feelings will definitely be felt here with chanted lines like, "Did you ever love me? And Did You Ever Love You?" Truly, truly powerful song. Sadly, another song about child abuse, but definitely one of the highlight, if not the highlight of the album. Following Behind the Walls, we have a song called Nocturnal Light, and this to me is probably the weakest on the album. It trips and tumbles all over itself, largely due to the strange and excessive multi-tracking on the vocal and Def Leppard drum sound straight out of 1988. Even without these, though, the song wanders and never really seems to reach its final destination. And after A Nocturnal Light, we have a song called Out of the Black. Don't have too much to say about this song. I don't like it a lot. I don't dislike it a lot. But I think this is probably going to be another grower in me, and if I could talk to future Brent, probably would agree. Now, coming up, we have a real treat with a song called Forest, and this is the second standout of the album for me. It is an acoustic guitar ballad about the loss of loved ones. Again, this shows Todd La Torre's different vocal side than the other songs, and it really surprises me. Nevertheless, this ballad is a matter of taste, and I know it won't appeal to every fan. It seems to me that sometimes you can't be a progressive metal band and have a ballad. I get that opinion from some of the fan base out there, but this song, guys, is it's tremendous. Definitely a highlight. Following Forest, we have a song called Rounds. This is a nice little gritty rock song. Nothing special. It's probably going to be overlooked on the album, but overall it is a decent song, but it's not one of my favorites. After Rounds, we have a song called Hold On, which has been the 4th single released from the album. This song is good musically. You know, this is another track that gives Todd La Torre a real shining moment to flex his vocal might. A decent song overall. If you like your Queensryche a little on the heavy side, don't fret. There's plenty to go around on the last song, which is the 7-minute closer, Tormentum. Tormentum pulls no punches in both closing the album and in reinforcing the progressive, laying it on with a towel of sound bites and a shift throughout different passages to emphasize the dynamics. A great way to end an album. Now, I'm not going to include the Rebel Yell cover as a part of this review. I don't know why they decided to record this song and put it on. It's not that different from Billy Idol's original. I would have much preferred maybe a demo of something or something that was left off the album. But anyways, I mean, it was up to them, obviously. But if it was up to me, I would put something different. But that's just my 2 cents on that. Digital Noise Alliance is an album which reaffirms Queensryche's place as a pioneer in the prog metal world. To me, it's clear that the DNA of the band's beginnings are reprogrammed into the current music's fibers. Music sounds more inspired than anything they've done in recent memory. As a rating, I'm going to give this album an 88%. Thanks for your time, everybody.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Brent back here, and as usual, I'm going to show you the physical copy. I have this one on CD, and there, of course, is the cover. And on the back is the track listing. Open it up here. Show you what's. Should have done this before. CD. Some credits there. And of course, there is a book. I'm going to grab it here. This one kind of folds out. So and of course, is lyrics. And on the back, we have the pictures of the guy in the group. Anyways, I hope you'd enjoy this review. Let me know in the down in the comments below what you think of the album. I'd like to hear. Start a conversation with you. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Have a good night. Goodbye.